This video is about the difference between a local and a global variable. So far, all the variables we've created have been declared inside a function, either main or another function that we've actually manufactured. And the bottom line is local variables can only be seen inside the function they were created within, while a global variable can be seen by any and all functions. And also, a global variable can be changed by any and all functions. They're very dangerous to use. Let's take a look at this program here. I have a local variable called num1. It's created here. And I say in main, num is 1. And then I have a function call, another function. And down here I create a second local variable. It also has the same name as num, as up here. But while I'm in this function, this num, this local variable num, both of these are local actually, but this local one num has precedence. Num is 20. In another function, num is 20. I get to this closing brace, and this num evaporates. It goes away. I come back here in main. Now this one is back in scope. Num is 1. These were both local variables. Now, if I took this away, if I took this int away and I ran this program again, num is 1, it's created, declared up here in main, it's only accessible in main. So in main, num is 1, another function. I come down here and I say num is 20. Well, this function here can't see this num up here. So you're going to get a variable undefined error. This won't even compile. Okay, let's take a look at the next piece of code. I've created a global variable here, num. Int num is equal to 2. This is global, and it's global because it's created or declared outside of all functions, outside of main and outside of another function. So, this is a global variable. In main, num is 2, another function. Now I come down here to another function. In another function, num is 2. Now I change num from 2 to 50, but now it's changed to 50. I come back here to main, back in main, num is 50. It was a global variable. This function here had complete access to it and was allowed to change it. Another function had access to num and was allowed to change it. By the way, I could have also changed it in main as well. The code just didn't call for it. Now what would happen if I did something here that was a little different? Okay, let's do this again. I have a global variable called num. Num is 2. In main, num is 2. Another function. Now I come down to another function. In another function, num is 2. And at this point, right here, I create a local variable called num. I make it 50. That doesn't impact this num. It has no impact on that num. This is another local variable, and it's 50, and it says, but now it's changed to 50. When I get to this brace here, this num would go away. I come back up here to main, back in main, num is 2. Okay, let's go to the next program. This simply says, here's a global variable called global num, and if you don't declare it, if you don't initialize it, it's automatically set to 0. So global num is, and when you run this program, it's going to say 0, just proving that all global variables are automatically set to 0. A local variable isn't automatically set to anything, but a global variable is automatically set to 0. Okay, this program here creates 3 constants that are global. What does it mean if a constant is made global? It means that any and all functions in the program can use them. But if you declare a constant inside main or inside a specific function, that constant is only accessible within that function. But since here I declared global constants, they are accessible for all procedures, for all functions. Bottom line, I would suggest not using globals are very rarely using them. Be very careful because they can be easily changed. And in a large program, it's very difficult to debug if you're using global variables. A global variable is created outside of all functions, including main, and a local variable is created within a function and is accessible only within that function. The lifetime of a global variable is from the time you declare it till the end of the program, till when main ends, and the lifetime of a local variable is from when you declared it to the end of that particular function, the closing brace.